Hey, what's up, disc generates? Here we are, the disc golf world. We are having a new podcast. We're going to call it the Mixed Bag Podcast.
Welcome to episode 1 of the Mixed Bag, where it's going to be pretty much all thing disc. We talk about the professional news and all of that already on the main channel. We're starting this new second channel of podcasts and shows and all of this stuff. So we're going to kick it off with what everyone loves about our sport, discs.
Everybody loves the frisbees, right? Everybody loves to throw a frizz.
And
It's a big thing.
similar to the disc golf world, like what we do, informing, educating, that's what the podcast is. Everything new and what you need to know about discs, you're going to learn from this podcast. So welcome to Mixed Bag.
We're going to first glance over the July disc certifications by the PDGA. And there's some cool ones too. There's some companies that I've never heard about. We have the Doomsday Disc Anguish. Doomsday is known for the super weird disc, but this actually looks like a pretty normal disc. It looks just like a stable mid-range.
The photos that we have, like a mutant-esque, it looks like it's going to be something beefy. Immediately when I was looking at the pictures, I was looking, all right, what is the weird, the gimmick? Because that's what Doomsday has been known for in the last couple releases. So I wouldn't be surprised if you get this disc and it's just a complete, just like a meat hook. Like it's just
That's what it looks like.
Tilt-esque, right?
Yeah, it was so much taller than the parting line too, so I'm assuming it's got to be overstable.
Next approved disc from Gateway, check out the Scream, because based on the photos, I can't tell what is going on at the top.
Like a thumb track, it almost looks like a thumb track driver. But even then, on the
something's up there, right?
They got something going on with this one. It looks like.
What was it, like the banger, like a slight little?
I think it'd be more like the ringer, where it's got the plastic overmold kind of thing. It doesn't look like it's that big of a groove though. I'll tell you what, it's definitely got a nipple on the top. It's definitely got a nipple on the top.
It's hard.
Probably a nipple. Yeah. It must be cold down there at Gateway headquarters.
And then honestly, the company that I know Drew wanted to talk the most about is Forged Discs, something that we didn't know about previous to this list.
They had 2 discs approved. It looks like they have 5 discs total in their lineup that is approved.
And instantly when you check out the picture, you can tell something's different. Something is not like your typical plastic disc, like with the indentations and the line. Like
I looked into them too, and they 3D print all their discs. And I think this is the new wave, just 3D printing discs. I think it's gonna be the new wave, especially for these smaller companies where you don't need a whole you saw the Trash Panda. Not every company is gonna do that, right? Mm-hmm. So I think this is a good entry level disc golf making procedure, and I think it's cool. Like I was telling Jefferson, they have foil on the whole flight plate. Mm-hmm. So they have their foil stamp, and then there's foil on the whole flight plate. It looks so cool.
And the glow looked popping.
Yes, it looked almost like Castaplast MVP glow-esque, and it was super cool. So there was a whole speculation Instagram post, is Discraft buying Innova? And all we got out of it was a box. Yeah. Cool box. It's very cool. Like it's almost Luna Battle Pack-esque. You get a buzz and a rock. I'm not sure why they chose those two, because they're the same.
Well, I feel like it's like the age-old battle of you're either a rock thrower or a buzz thrower, especially looking back 15 years ago, even farther in the game of what the options were. It was really you threw those two mid-ranges or you threw the truth and you weren't friends. It was just that simple.
Yeah, so you didn't have any friends.
That was like what they were trying to build up in this rivalry. I think they just fell flat where they were trying to do some sort of hype thing, and it was just too vague. And then the community took it and they ran with it, and they came up with their own idea of what they. And honestly, the imagination of the people was just so much better than what came.
Most of the ideas were just great. I find myself like staying up reading Facebook, just seeing all the comments and stuff like that. It was great. Cool box. You can get, I believe, 5 different plastics from each buzz rock, and then there's 10 different foil options for each one, I believe.
You were playing disc golf since COVID. No, you don't have a deep sense of rivalry of Innova and Discraft, because Innova is just so quiet. They're just the big boys. They don't have any to do anything. Discraft is like this new generation pushing. There isn't a rivalry. Like, unless you're an old HUD and there is not a rivalry, because more so it's gyronauts versus Discraft people. Like, if anything,
I think there is still a rivalry going on, and we'll get into that later. Overall, box is pretty cool. I think me and Jefferson are going to Worlds, and I might just get a box and resell it right away. I mean, is
You're
there
definitely
anything
gonna be the
wrong with
guy
that?
standing in the line for sure.
You have the people that are just going to sell the box at value of the
Hmm.
box, and then you're going to have the people that open it, and if they get something crazy, then they're going to sell it for
Hmm.
like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
there's three different types of people in that line. But I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, I'll be the first one. If there was a Discraft disc, you could have an Innova plastic, and then an Innova disc that you could have in Discraft plastic. I just want to hear your thoughts.
I think a T-Bird 3 in the confetti Z flex
Ooh.
plastic would be fire.
I would love a destroyer. Oh man, what plastic do I want? UV. Now, UV would be nuts. UV destroyers
Mm,
would be game changing.
I'm thinking right now, Zone and Halo, but
Ooh,
also
that would
like
be tough.
something in Duo might be pretty cool.
I mean, mine, obviously, biggest Buzz SS fan that there has ever lived,
It's
honestly.
true.
But I would love it in Halo. I would definitely buy like 10 of those.
Yeah.
Halo Buzz SS. Oh, I'm smacking them up.
I don't know how ridiculous of a proposal it is to swap plastics. From the sounds of it, it was like a dumb even idea to bring up. It's so hard, but on paper, great idea. It's just
Exactly.
would sell out. Everyone would love it. Just might not be feasible.
Nope.
Whatever. The only thing you could say is that it was just too quick of a turnover, like the idea that came together. But now it's like people would want this. You know it would be absolutely game changing, and people have already said it. You have all the time in the world next time. Figure it out because you know
Yep.
it'll work.
They could just drop a bomb on us. I would love that.
Next box with it, you go Nuke and Destroyer.
That actually does sound kind of crazy. Nuke and Destroyer
How much do you think the box is going to cost?
on Facebook.
No, I
Facebook
mean
cost?
off the jump,
Oh, it's probably like 30 bucks.
$30, and then yeah, how much flipping?
35, 30. I would imagine.
And then the
Flipping?
flip,
Ooh, 100. I'd say a
that's
100.
reasonable.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be more than that. At least
You
the
think it's
first
gonna
day. I think there's gonna be people when they're
be
sold out on site, like at the fly mart. People are gonna be drinking and selling them for a good amount. Do you think overall this collab is a win for disc golf?
100%? I think two staples in the game. I don't know what the perceived relationship between the two companies was before this, but I think it's super cool to see. I mean, I started on Innova as I started to get in the game, switched most of my molds to Discraft, but I still have that Innova. So it's just two behemoths combining together for one cool
Mhm.
product release. And I think that's awesome for the game.
Literally just two discs in a box, guys.
Two
Come
just in a
on.
box. It's not that deep. Not that deep.
Two discs,
So,
one box.
for other news, we're going to start with Innova since we're already there. So they changed the name of the It. If you have ever thrown the It fairway understable, they changed it to the Lynx. I think
Smart.
it's pretty cool. Fits more in their naming scheme than the It.
I can just imagine the boardroom meeting of Innova with like six old white dudes making the joke of, all right, the next disc is it. And someone be like, what is it? It's like, it's
It's
it.
the It.
Ah.
I got
So I'm glad they changed it because
you.
it was anyone that bagged it is the type of person to make that joke. And it was so annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, that checks out actually. That checks out. They are also releasing a new beaded throwing putter. It's the Sync. They don't have a release date on it. They just say coming soon, so I would expect it in the next week or two.
Innova I haven't seen them releasing a whole lot of discs. So when I saw this sync, I was like, oh, okay, they're doing something. And I went back to see of when the last time they released something, and it was the last approved was July of 2025, and it was the Arachnid and the Fox. I don't really see too much of the Arachnid. The Fox,
Yeah.
I see that. I've heard that. That's actually up.
They released the Fox in so many plastic. I'm pretty sure the Arachnid only has Star and maybe DX. So I think it's just availability too. They're pushing the Fox more on us.
Is Innova just slowing up on the releases because they're not the company that seem to lean in on like the gimmicky stuff. They never made their own glitch. They haven't gone to do their own bird yet, like a lot of companies have. They've stayed in their own lane. They've experimented with plastics. So like that's the wave, and then now they have the duo where they're trying to be creative and they're keeping up with the trendy things, but very much slowing down on the releasing of discs. And I wonder how like if you just hit a wall at some point of can Dave John pace you can only make a frisbee so different so many times.
their old products are doing so good, like the Destroyer, Rock, Mako, like all those staple molds. I feel like they're not adventuring out because they don't feel like they need to.
Do
I
you think
think
that
they're
stuff just makes them enough money? Like they're just good. Like they sell enough destroyers where they're literally just set.
100%.
Mm.
I think I'd like to see the revenue sheet. It's got to be 50, 45% all destroyers. Like it's nuts.
Maybe just being in Dick's is like enough, or in like Dunham's and stuff, like the big box stores.
All
Just
sports
give
stores, pretty
you,
much.
yeah, they just give you a check and you're good. Because they got to be
Yeah.
buying, like, I guess their inventory is so deep, they're probably buying tens of thousands of discs at a time.
Well, and even too, you have the revenue from Infinite Disc. They
Yep,
make Infinite Disc
that's
and
true.
Millennium too. I mean, I'm sure it's less than Infinite Disc, but at the same time, you're producing for two other companies. So I think they're just getting so much revenue in. I don't think they're really risking it. They're
Mm.
not risking anything.
Yeah, and I guess when you say it like that, so Innova might not have got like discs approved and whatever, but like Infinite is the same shit basically when it comes
Yep,
down to it. So like that is hand in hand. I mean, yeah, I just never thought about it like that. So that makes sense. That checks out.
I'm assuming. Yeah,
And now I think disc golf manufacturers have learned if we get it reapproved, if we have to change or tweak anything, we can just name it something, stamp it, and sell more.
what was that Simon Disc? The Balance, that mid range that got there was two different flights
Hmm.
for the same
There's
disc,
like
pretty much.
three. Yeah, there's like
Yeah, yeah.
they like retooled it. They get different versions. Yeah,
hmm
yeah, yeah.
I think that's super cool though. You get to try out different discs. Like I
Mhm.
feel very seldom like I don't feel like a pro too often, right? Because I suck at
Mhm.
disc golf. But at the same time, like I get to try different. Like it was almost like other companies giving you discs to try out if you're getting a signature line or something like that.
Mhm.
It almost felt like that. I could try two different balances flights, and I thought it was pretty cool.
You give feedback. You feel like you're helping out the
Yeah,
process.
yeah. Let me vote on it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually funny because it goes hand in hand of what one another disc that was approved at the end of last month. We want to like slowly touch on it because I thought that it was a cool process by Infinite Disc that we were just talking about.
Just talking
They
about them.
back in April they released three prototype molds that were similar. They were a couple speeds. I think it was like a 10, a 7, a 9, some I don't know, or a
It
12, a
was a
9,
lot
and
of
a
distance
7 speed.
drivers.
So yeah, they're distance drivers, slightly
Distance
variations,
driver on the
and they
line.
like released it and they had people try it, vote on it, and they just officially approved what is now it was prototype 2. It is now officially called the Squire.
It gets in more disc golfers' hands, so then they can really feel like. I mean, they have a vote. They voted on this, which is super cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see more companies do that. I know Discraft did that with the banger and the GT top zones,
Mm-hmm.
and that was pretty cool. They did that one was cool too because there were so many votes for each of them that they just ended up approving both of them, but only producing the ringer top. So the only way you can get a banger top is from that battle pack
Which is
box.
because how does the Infinite do the three molds and they just scrap two molds they made?
That
Like
is true.
eventually it's coming out.
Yeah, I mean they're probably going to do the same thing Discraft did, just get all three approved, and we'll be on the lookout for you guys at home to see when they approve those discs.
The
But I
other
think it's
ones.
cool because you can't really. I mean, you probably get a lot of backlash because you're gonna have that one guy who's like, I love Prototype 3, and just like,
Right.
why'd you scrap Prototype 3? So you have to please the people, no matter
Mm-hmm.
how many they are,
And it's
especially
not
if you're
like
gonna
it's
throw
a
them out
crazy
there.
process to get it approved. It's like you $100 and you send it in.
Yep.
Yeah, whatever.
Let me get a 3D printer.
That's pretty much everything on the disc list that's interesting, though.
Now it is time for Leadstone. They released a brand new Europe slash Leadstone collab. It had a 4 disc. I don't think it was a pack. I think they just released 4 discs separately. It has the Luna, Sagara, Zone, and Buzz. And they also are partnered with a disc retailer in Poland to drop that, which is super cool. You can buy them
So,
online. The next thing we have is Prodigy. So
mm,
I don't know if you guys have been living under a rock, but they did release the Nerf disc. With the Nerf disc, they released a Flight Foam 3 disc pack. So the same molds, same plastic, but I believe this is like a tournament. So almost like the
mm,
MVP Circuit Challenge, similar to that, or the Trilogy Challenge, where you sign up for the tournament and you get the 3 foamers.
I haven't thrown the Nerf ones yet.
Maybe we
Have
got to
you?
do that off of a 30 rack. I have not.
30
But
rack.
that would
I
be
think that's
awesome just to like throw in the house. Like you could work on your form in the house.
Would you
Just
what,
throw it.
chucking against the wall?
Fuck yeah. I'm throwing it against every wall. Maybe the couch might get it too, you know? I'm just
Yeah.
throwing that guy around.
I want to just know what the grip feels like. I just can't wrap my head around the Nerf and
Do you
feeling
think they
like a
just
disc.
stack like 100 Nerf darts together?
Yeah, exactly. I wonder if now, like when kid have Nerf battles, and they have like the foam swords and stuff, if discs are now included, there's just a kid that's like
That's what I always
slamming it.
imagine. Like if my house is ever getting broken into, that's what I'm doing.
I've
That's what
always
I'm
had the
defending
thought,
myself with.
like when I go in sketchy places, like walking areas, and I just see people, I'm like, all right, this guy tries to attack me, I'm going full forehand destroyer to the face, like just no, just, boom.
Do you think you're hitting them though? Like,
That's why I go forehand because if it's backhand, if I turn my head away from it, I don't know what's happening.
that's
Beforehand,
true.
I'm looking at the guy in the face. I do have confidence that I'll wait till he's close enough, like where I'm like guarantee that shit. But I got it.
Foam disc would do not a thing to that
No,
sketchy guy.
and that's the point. That's the whole gimmick.
For Discraft, they released a second flight on their factory store. I think they're going with this moving forward. It's almost like a F2 for Innova, where it's just small imperfections. They're now selling for a reduced price, which is awesome. I like seeing low price discs. That means I can buy 10 of them. The last thing for Discraft is they released a stock Aries, which is their Zeus 2.0, and then also a stock Ultra Luna. So you saw it in the battle pack. Now they're releasing stock. Alrighty, so that is all I have for you today. Jefferson, you got anything else for the people?
I got nothing for the people, man. All I want you guys to do is drop in the comment down below what you guys want from this podcast if you enjoyed, and then if you're down for the ride, make sure to subscribe, like, comment, do all the YouTube things.
Oh, yeah. And let us know if we should do a 30 rack test video for every disc.
Yeah,
Not every
honestly,
disc. Every disc we can get our
it's a
hands
good
on.
idea. It's a good idea.
Such a good idea.
All right. See you guys in the next one.
Yep, have a good one.